Brian Flores took a different approach than many of us have seen before. Very reminiscent of Roger Staubach.
Yeah, so we can compare a rookie QB to a toddler.
So that's why I have the Mavs winning in 7, and then Luka's just going to be Luka.
Hayward's absence for this game will be significant, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout as of late.
The Golden Knights just can't pull it. I really think the Avalanche are determined this year.
They made so many moves and grabbed so many guys that they have to win a championship or at least make the finals. They were on our championship and bust.
Dallas has just been on a tear. I believe we can attribute that to Jason Robertson. Also, Jake Ottinger, who's really stepped in.
Kaprizov and the rest of this crew. Jordan Greenway, who doesn't get enough props. He definitely is somebody who needs to be mentioned more. I definitely think this is going to be a great series, and I'm interested to see how much Kaprizov can impact the game as a rookie.
Yeah, and as a Cowboys fan, I have learned how dangerously good Aaron Rodgers has been with he can just thread a pass.
Is the Avalanche versus the Blues. I believe the Blues are starting to play some of their best hockey all year, so they can push this to 6 games.
If Leiter's there, I'm happy with Leiter because I think he fits into what you were saying about a much quicker thing. But if Leiter's not there, which is seeming so, I say Jordan Lawler at number 2.
The same self. The only year he won an MVP was the year he cheated, which really should put something against that MVP. But
there will be a Rodgers playing for Green Bay, even though he may not be the quarterback. But it's still unknown there. Austin is giving me the dead stare, so I guess don't mention Aaron Rodgers to him right now.
A top 3 corner in the league in Jair Alexander, and pairing him with a really fast corner should definitely assist in their ability to guard anybody in their division and anybody in the league.
Hello, I am Ruby Ackerman, and you are listening to Outsider's Opinion with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our 61st episode. Today we will be doing NBA Way Too Early Predictions review. So it's about to be a fun thing. We did just finish tallying up the points, and 33-32 is the final score, and I have 33 points, so I gained my first ever win against Austin in the history of this pod. But
explain the rules. Explain the rules.
Oh yeah. Explain the rules. So if you hit it directly on top, like you predicted the spot and they got it and they achieved it in the standings, you get 5 points. If you're 1 away, you get 4 points. If you're 2 away, you get 3 points. If you're 3 away, you're 2 points. And if they just made the playoffs, you get 1 point. So that's how the points were divvied up.
Disclaimer, huge disclaimer. We are only using the seeds that are in the playoffs. I would have won if we did the otherwise, but we were making a playoffs prediction video, so we were using the playoffs to make our points. So even if I was 1 away, which I was with the Warriors, as I predicted them to be 8, and they ended up at 9, I don't get 4 points from that because they did not make the playoffs.
Yes,
a disclaimer before we start, so everybody understands
disclaimer.
Why I didn't win when they look at my bracket.
Yeah, important disclaimer. Thank you, Austin.
No problem.
So I will let you talk about your West teams that you chose.
Yeah. So I had the Clippers with a 1 seed, which gives me 2 points because I was 3 away as they got the 4 seed. I had the Lakers at the 2 seed. They ended up with the 7 seed, so I only got 1. I had the Mavs at 3, and they ended up getting 5, so I got 3 points from that because I was 2 away. The Jazz I had at 4, so I got 2 points because I was 3 away from the 1 seed. Same with the Suns. They were the 2 seed, but I'm at 5, so I got 2 points. The Nuggets, they got 3. They were at 3, and I had them at 6, so I got 2 points for being 3 away. Portland, I was only 1 away with, so I got 4 points. And the Warriors, which I was only 1 away with, but didn't make the playoffs, so I got 0 points.
All right. Yeah, so I'll talk about my West teams. So I had the Lakers at the 1 seed. That did not go the way I wanted it this season, just because of injuries and all that stuff, so I just get 1 point. Nuggets, I had the 2nd seed. So I was 1 off, so I get 1 point there as they were the 3rd seed. And then Clippers, I get 4 points because I was 1 away from their 4th spot. And so 4 points. And then the Jazz, I was 3 away because they were the number 1 seed. So I get 2 points. Golden State, I get 0 points. Didn't make the playoffs. Portland, I hit right on the dot. I got them in the 6th seed, and I predict them as 6th seed, so I got 5 points there. The Mavs, I had as the 7th seed, so I just get 2 points. And then the one that I have been making fun of this entire season has been the Timberwolves at the 8th seed, and they definitely did not come close to that. So thank you so much to all the Timberwolves. Maybe I was a year early. I don't know, or I just was not in the right mindset that day.
Yeah,
So
I should
0
win just
points.
because you had the Timberwolves in the 8th seed. But we could move to the East. Oh,
I was buying into that hype.
so scores by West. I had 16 points in the West. Kevin had 18. So we can move to the East. I did win the East by 1 point, but he won the West by 2 points, and the difference was really Portland. I was 1 away from getting Portland, and he got Portland on the dot. I had Portland going 7. He had him 6. And that one difference was the difference between the ties, and also that we used this rule set. But we can move on to the East. I had the Bucks at 1, and they ended up at 2, so I got 3 points. I had the Celtics at 2, but because of injuries and terrible coaching by Brad Stevens, they got the 7th seed, and so I got 1 point. I was 1 away from the Nets, and at 3, as they got 2, I got 4 points for that. The Heat, ended up at 6, and I predicted them at 4, so I was 2 away and got 3 points. The Raptors, I had it at 5, and I got 0 points. I just anticipated them to have a better bounce back, and this is really proving my point that Nick Nurse is now the great of coach. And then the Sixers, I did not see them doing this well. A great season from Tobias Harris can't be understated for the reason why they did this. He really was very essential, especially with Joel Embiid sometimes being out with injury. Dwight Howard has also added a great veteran presence to this team, and the team is growing all around. Um, and so I only got 1 point because they did make the playoffs, and I was within 3 spots. The Wizards, I was 1 spot away. I had them getting 7. If they ended up winning that playing game against the Celtics, I would have tied, but they lost. And same thing with the Warriors early. If they'd won the game against the Grizzlies, I would have won, but not the most lucky person here. And then I had the Pacers getting the 8 seed, while they get the 9 seed. Another one where I would have got 4 points because I was 1 point away. But I ended up with 16 points. So you can mention your East now.
Yeah, and just a thing that maybe we can set in stone for the future rules. If we had tied, I would say the tiebreaker is who predicted teams that did not make it. So you would have won because I predicted 4 teams that did not make it, and you predicted 3 teams that did not make it.
You're
I think
saying
that's
teams that didn't make the playoffs.
yes.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's a
had,
good tiebreaker.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So if you're tied with us,
Or if you had the team that got like 13 in the playoffs or in the
yeah,
seeding, and then they missed the playoffs.
yeah,
Yeah.
not, oh, yeah. I just bought into the hype on that, so I'll keep that anger towards the Timberwolves in future episodes.
Do you want to
But
mention your East? Yeah.
yeah, to my East, Bucks, I had as number 1 seed. I was off by 2, so I get 3 points. Heat, another team that I bought into the hype, just because of their finals run. I had them as the 2 seed. They were not 2 seed. They were 6 seed, so I only get 1 point. Sixers, I had them at 3. They were the 1 seed, so I was 2 away, so I get 3 points again. And I just believe the Sixers, with the addition of Seth Curry and his father-in-law, Doc Rivers, that they were going to do well. And Tobias Harris did play really well, and Joel Embiid had MV. Well, we'll find out, but MV caliber season. He is in the contention for it. Then the Celtics, I expected a drop off because of Gordon Hayward leaving, but not. I didn't expect as much as a drop off as there actually was, as I had him at the 5th seed, and so I only got 2 points because I was 3 away. I actually had him as the 4th seed. Then the Nets, I had as the 5th seed. I still am not a huge believer in the Nets. I think something is just going to blow up in that locker room. We'll see. So I only get 2 points because they overachieved, in my opinion. And then the Hawks, I was just one spot away. So I got 4 points. And then my last two teams did not make the playoffs, and that was the Raptors and the Pacers. I neglected the Wizards, Grizzlies, Suns. That's a huge point. I underestimated Chris Paul there and overestimated the power of D'Lo and Cat. And then I forgot about Wizards
Knicks.
and
Knicks.
Knicks. Oh yeah, forgot about that team. I didn't buy into the hype there, or there wasn't even hype. It was just a surprise.
Yeah, it was
What are
really the
you?
great coaching by Tom Thibodeau. I we'll do an awards review once all the awards are announced, and give our opinions on it. I'm just gonna give a sneak peek right now. The coach of the year, Monty Williams, won head coach of the Suns, which I do think he is a deserving candidate, but I would have given it to Tom Thibodeau. The Suns almost made the playoffs last year, and them getting 2 seed with the additions of Chris Paul is not expected, and it's a great accomplishment and a great season by this team. However, it's not as impressive as no one anticipating you to make the playoffs and then you getting a home playoff series. So I would give it to Tom Thibodeau. I know that's not how it turned out, but either way, Monty Williams is a great head coach. Should have been in the discussion definitely, and probably would have been second on mine. Uh, but I would have done Tom Thibodeau. As you said, no one was anticipating the Knicks to be this good, and that's why neither of us had them in. I'll do better next year. I'm not going to lose again.
Oh, okay. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see about that. But definitely, we'll do this next year, and we'll see if the plan is going to be a thing that continues. But those are the rules. And then today's a great day because I won, but also the Mavs won early this morning against the Clippers. Hopefully, they can pull it off. But that is it for our episode. Thank you for listening. Next episode will be an NHL first round review where I got lucky once again with a point, as one series already has been completed. So make sure to check that out. And thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.